Audacious 7-minute heist. Thieves steal priceless crown jewels from the Louvre Museum in Paris. In a daring and meticulously planned operation, thieves carried out a 7-minute raid at the Louvre Museum in Paris on Sunday, stealing what officials have described as priceless jewelry from one of the museum's most treasured rooms. Now let's break down this story in detail in today's AI podcast.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at sources detailing a crime that's, honestly, it's strategically audacious.
Audacious is the word, almost perfectly executed.
Right. It immediately jumped into the, conversation of history's most unbelievable heists.
Absolutely.
So our mission here is to take you inside the details of this shocking 7-minute raid.
Targeting the French crown jewels.
Exactly. Right in the heart of the Louvre Museum in Paris. And, forget what you might picture about classic museum robberies. Laser grids, darkness.
Right, the Hollywood stuff.
Yeah. The sources make it really clear this was not some overnight break-in.
No, not at all.
This incredible theft happened early Sunday morning. Think about that. Around 9:30 a.m. local time.
Smack dab in the middle of the museum's opening hours.
Right. A complex, heavy-duty operation done in just 7 minutes, while the world's most famous museum was basically getting ready for the day.
Thousands of visitors about to pour in. And that timing, like you said, that's really the core of the audacity here.
Yeah.
When the French Interior Minister, Laurent Nunez, confirmed the details, the immediate reaction from officials in Paris, it wasn't about insurance value, was it?
No, not the money.
The focus was instantly on the item's inestimable heritage and historical value. They didn't even assign a monetary figure, at least not initially.
They just called them priceless. Immediately.
Emphatically.
Priceless. Yeah. I want to just pause on that word for a second. Priceless. Usually in art crime, that means, insured for a massive sum.
Right. There's a number somewhere.
But here, the sources seem to suggest the refusal to assign a value is, deeper. So what does it actually mean when a government says the loss is beyond money?
Well, it fundamentally changes everything. The investigation, the nature of the loss itself.
How so?
Okay. So if you steal something insured for, say, $100 million, the goal is usually liquidity, right? Selling it on the black market.
Makes sense. Get a cash.
But when you steal something defined as priceless national heritage, it's basically unsellable on any open market. Its value is tied intrinsically to its history.
So the thieves aren't looking for a typical buyer.
Probably not. They might be looking for a very specific, very wealthy, very powerful collector who can just keep it hidden forever. Or maybe they're using it as leverage somehow.
Wow. So it hits differently.
It hits right at the heart of French identity and culture. It's symbolic.
And the target reflects that, doesn't it? This wasn't just a random grab.
No way.
The sources confirm it. The theft happened specifically inside the Apollo room, one of the most protected, most revered places in the whole Louvre.
Precisely. And that room houses the French crown jewels, plus this incredible collection of Louis XIV's hard stone vessels.
It's built to showcase the symbols of French monarchy, French history.
Exactly. So when Minister Nunez looked at that 7-minute timeline, he didn't mince words. He said this is clearly a very experienced team and that they acted very, very quickly. That kind of speed, that efficiency inside such a high security place, it just screams scouting, pre-planning.
And knowing exactly what to grab, not browsing.
Definitely. They knew the specific items they were after.
You also have to appreciate the historical context. The mayor of Paris, Ariel Weil, brought up immediately.
Yeah, that was striking.
He called it one of the most audacious robberies in living memory. Said nothing like this has happened at the Louvre in over a century.
He compared it to the Mona Lisa theft.
Right. Back in 1911, that comparison alone tells you the scale of historical outrage this 7-minute grab generated.
It really does. And here's maybe the key takeaway for you, listening right now, trying to grasp just how big this security failure was.
Okay.
The Louvre is. It's an operational monolith. It saw 8.7 million visitors last year. You assume it has some of the most sophisticated security on the planet.
Among the best, surely.
So for a breach like this, quick, violent, successful to happen at a place that represents the peak of global cultural security, well, that's truly shocking.
It really is. I mean, it's one thing to target the most secure room in Paris, but the mystery quickly shifts to the how.
Right, the mechanics of it.
How do you pull off that kind of speed, that precision, in a busy city environment like Paris on a Sunday morning? Which brings us to the, frankly, unbelievable logistics of this 7-minute breach.
Yeah, this is where the story gets almost cinematic, but in a very industrial, gritty way.
Industrial. How so?
Well, Minister Nunez's report detailed an incredibly specific method of entry. And it wasn't exactly stealthy.
Okay.
This wasn't lockpicking. This is more like architectural violence.
Okay, I have to stop you there. Architectural violence. The sources talk about the perpetrators, maybe 3 or 4 people using an external freight elevator.
Yep. Positioned on a truck.
Truck-mounted elevator outside the Louvre on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound quiet or subtle. It sounds like heavy construction gear.
Exactly. Treating the Louvre like a loading dock.
Didn't anyone see this? A giant piece of equipment just parked there.
Well, that's the truly astonishing part of the planning, isn't it? They clearly prioritize speed over trying to be sneaky.
Gambling, basically.
Gambling that the surprise and the sheer speed of execution would be faster than any response, even if someone did spot them.
Wow.
And video footage confirmed it later. There was this abandoned, specialized furniture elevator right near a corner of the Louvre.
So the truck was essentially a mobile breaching platform, lifted them right up to an unexpected weak point.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Once they were up there on that truck-mounted platform, they didn't waste time looking for an unlocked door or anything.
No.
The sources say they used an angle grinder.
An angle grinder to force open a balcony window.
Yes. Imagine the noise. That high-pitched screech of metal and glass near one of the world's most famous landmarks during opening hours.
So this wasn't a quiet job at all. It was loud, aggressive.
A loud, precise smash and grab, totally designed for speed. And the ladder from that abandoned elevator, it led right to the broken window, confirmed the entry point.
The speed just keeps coming back to that. Executing the breach, grabbing the jewelry, and then the escape had to be just as ruthless, just as fast.
Oh, it was. The sources confirmed the group fled on motorcycles.
Motorcycles. Makes sense for Paris traffic. Much faster, more maneuverable than a car.
Absolutely. And crucially, they left that specialized truck-mounted elevator right there, just abandoned it at the scene.
Left it, that huge, specialized piece of equipment.
Yep. Tells you volumes about their priorities, doesn't it?
They were willing to sacrifice what must be a very expensive, very traceable piece of gear, a massive investment, just to guarantee a clean, fast getaway on bikes.
That changes things, doesn't it?
Yeah, that moves this way beyond simple theft. This sounds like high-level organized crime.
It absolutely does. But, okay, before we dig deeper into the organization behind it, let's quickly pivot to the immediate aftermath, the stakes involved.
Right. What was the immediate damage assessment, and what did the authorities find right away?
Well, just to stress the severity again, Minister Nunez was crystal clear. The stolen items had sentimental value and are priceless.
Priceless again.
Yeah, and the official ministry statement backed that up, underlining the worth is way beyond money. It's about inestimable heritage and historical value.
For France, these aren't just jewels, they're tangible links to their past.
Exactly, which ramps up the public and political pressure immensely.
So the immediate reaction from authorities was quick.
Very swift. Thankfully, no injuries were reported, but the museum immediately evacuated, stayed closed for the rest of the day.
Why the closure?
They termed it exceptional reasons.
Yeah.
Basically, to let the police secure the crime scene, preserve any forensic evidence.
Before anyone else could contaminate it.
Right, and to start compiling a detailed inventory of what was actually taken.
Okay, so given how meticulously planned this heist sounds, did the thieves make any mistakes? Or did the police get lucky?
Well, here's something fascinating. Authorities actually had an encouraging result almost immediately.
Really, what was it?
The Minister of Culture, Machida Dati, confirmed that one piece of jewelry, just one, had already been recovered near the museum.
Recovered near the museum after all that planning.
Yeah, it was undergoing evaluation, but they found something.
Wow. That's a huge development, especially if we're talking about this experienced team. What does recovering just one piece suggest? Was it like a major fumble? Or maybe something else?
It raises a big question for investigators, for sure. If it was a mistake, maybe dropped during the frantic escape on the motorcycles, then bingo. Potential DNA, fingerprints, contact points.
A direct clue.
Exactly. But if it was calculated, maybe they dropped it deliberately.
Right.
To create a distraction, perhaps?
Yeah.
Or suggest a false trail.
Possible.
But given it was found near the museum,
Yeah.
it could just be that the 7-minute window was so tight, they prioritized getting away clean and fast, and maybe didn't even realize they'd lost one item until later.
Still, it provides a glimmer of hope, right? That not everything is gone.
Definitely. And it gives authorities a potential physical clue right from the start.
So where does the investigation stand now?
Well, Authorities are compiling that full inventory, figuring out exactly which specific pieces from the crown jewels collection were targeted. And Minister Nunez has expressed confidence.
Confidence they'll catch them.
Yeah. He seems confident that given the complex logistics, the evidence they do have, especially that abandoned truck elevator, they will identify and apprehend the suspects soon.
Okay, so let's try and connect the dots here as we wrap up. We've got a heist defined by its shocking speed, 7 minutes.
During opening hours.
During opening hours, we have this unique, really heavy-duty industrial method of entry, the truck-mounted elevator, the angle grinder.
Loud and aggressive.
And we have the immense gravity of stealing priceless national heritage in broad daylight.
So if we circle back to the organization question, the fact that they deployed this highly specific, complex machine.
The truck elevator thing.
Yeah, deployed it right on the streets of Paris, used it for just 7 minutes, and then immediately decided it was disposable. That says a lot.
It reinforces that experienced team idea, meticulously planned.
Oh, absolutely. They clearly valued those few extra minutes of anonymity and clean escape, using the motorcycles, way more than recovering their, substantial investment in that specialized gear.
Which raises that critical question, doesn't it? What level of organization, maybe even what kind of financing, is required to just treat equipment potentially worth hundreds of thousands of dollars as disposable?
Like collateral damage.
Exactly. This wasn't amateurs with a crowbar. This feels like an operation financed for rapid deployment and immediate abandonment.
That's the key takeaway, I think. They minimize time on site by maximizing their spending on specialized, almost single-use equipment.
It elevates the suspects dramatically.
Yeah, these aren't your local petty thieves. These sound like high-level operatives, maybe working for someone or some group, who sees a massive financial cost as just a small price to pay for priceless heritage.
Okay, so given all this intense, almost theatrical planning, deploying that elevator, coordinating the 7-minute raid, executing it during opening hours. Here's our final thought for you, the listener, to mull over.
Okay.
The minister mentioned the team had been scouting the location. Now, considering the logistical nightmare planning for traffic, deploying that heavy equipment, finding that specific weak spot on the building, how far in advance do you think they actually started preparing this audacious 7-minute operation?
That kind of meticulous detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't just happen over a weekend trip.
No way.
It implies a long, dedicated period of surveillance, planning, and preparation. Weeks, months, longer.
It's a chilling thought. We'll definitely keep tracking this story as the investigation unfolds. Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.
Okay, one question for you. Why did the thieves leave behind one piece of jewelry? And what could that reveal about the escape or planning? Don't forget to comment it. Thanks.